Well. What's happening, everybody? What's up? And you already know, since we starting it off at the McFarlane Toy Store, we already, what we about to get into, right? Yeah, it's gonna be a little judgment, gonna be a little criticism, but it ain't gonna be nothing harsh. It's gonna be nothing but my absolute honest opinion and some truth, some straight up truth. And the reason why we're starting off on the McFarlane page is because I've heard some things said by collectors. Either it's been in the comments of other collectors' videos, or it's been other collectors making videos themselves and explaining a phenomenon that's, to me, it's just like, this is just absolute madness. Or in other words, I can say it's just to me it's a big contradiction, or it's hypocrisy at its best. Because to me it just, I couldn't wrap my mind around this whole sentiment of the way some of these collectors think. And don't get me wrong, I don't care what you collect and how you collect it. It's just, these bad takes that sometimes we all tend to have from time to time. I myself have had a couple of bad takes. I once said that I jumped out there ahead of everything and said, oh man, when the Fantastic Four First Steps movie was coming out, I was one of those people who said, I guarantee you that the MCU Fantastic Four First Steps figures were going to be trash. Oh, how wrong I was. Oh, how wrong I was. Because I even ended up buying the Fantastic Four First Steps action figures. And I will tell you, I was pretty impressed with every last one of them, except with an exception for the Thing, because I believe that he should have been bigger. Ben Grimm should have been bigger. The Thing should not have been, just minuscule. When you compared him against the other Marvel Legend Thing figures, he came off on the smaller side. I mean, it is what it is. But, the Red Hulk MCU figure was smaller than the Red Hulk comic figure. So I don't know why they do it, but it's like you don't have to downsize these figures unless you just using less plastic to save money and still charging us a full price. Hasbro Marvel Legends, you're not escaping the accusations. You're not escaping the accusations, just like Todd McFarlane isn't escaping the accusations that he's also a scammer. You know what I'm saying? But let's get into this. What I'm talking about, and what I'm talking about is that when you have collectors who make videos that say things like, "I will never buy import figures because they're too expensive," and they say, "Well, DC Multiverse figures are good enough for me." And that's their honest opinion. I have no problem with that. And it goes the same way when I hear other collectors say, I will never buy import figures because Marvel Legends are good enough for me. Now, as crazy as I say that sounds, I mean, Marvel Legends may be good for you. Yes, cool. Where I have a bone to pick is when you have people who say, oh, I will buy only DC Multiverse, Todd McFarlane, I would only buy Marvel Legends and I won't buy imports because of the price. And then they do things like this. They go over to eBay and pay almost $100 for the question. And then you go, well, I have a question, because I'm trying to figure out, how is it that you can say it in the same mouth, that same mouth of yours, how can you say, I will never pay import prices because you figure that $90 Moffick's Batman is just way too much, It's like, you could never buy a Batman at that price. You could never just go, nope, nah, I'll never do it. I'll never buy a $100 Nightwing from Yamaguchi. I'll never buy a $100 Deathstroke. I'm just not gonna do it. Those just don't do it for me. Those figures cost too much. And I can understand, from a standpoint where you go, oh, well, I'm not paying $80 for a Mezco Batman. Because if you say on the one hand that you don't want to take the risk of paying that much money for an action figure that can fall apart on you, and you say, well, I'd rather take a lower risk of paying $30, $40, well, $35 for a McFarlane action figure and having the chance that it won't fall apart on me, I'd rather take that risk at a lower cost versus taking a higher risk taking the same risk at a higher cost, than saying that you're paying $100 for an action figure, and then you find out the action figure falls apart on you. We can't say that that doesn't happen, because it does happen. We've had people who bought, action figures and then had problems with, articulation, and, the cloth material that it comes with don't hold up, or, the figure was a bad figure or something like that. But we also know for a fact too, because I know myself, that when dealing with McFarlane figures, dealing with G.I. Joes, and dealing with Marvel Legends, that I've had figures fall apart on me, even if I did pay $24 or $30. I had the Dark Side McFarlane Megafig, and when I tell you that thing was a piece of trash, it was a piece of trash. It was like Todd made a statue, then he gave it movable parts, but it really wasn't movable at all. The articulation in that figure was trash. The head didn't move. There was no waist swivel. I mean, it was built, but it wouldn't move. It was solid as a rock. You couldn't get it to move. The arms wouldn't move. The legs, when you tried to get them to move at the knee joints, the legs just completely came off. They would not stay together. The arms could not stay in the socket. If you tried to move the arms up, they popped out of socket. So that Dark Side Megafig was trash, and I was warned. Nothing Like Nostalgia warned me. He warned me in my video. He said, "You might want to take that back, brother. You might want to take that back." And I said, no. Maybe some people who got a bad, they got a bad one, and maybe they just got the bad one. You know what I'm saying? Now I do have this Dark Side right here. I didn't pay. I don't remember paying $160 for him. Matter of fact, when I got my Dark Side, my Mezco Dark Side, he was actually cheaper than this, and I think he was on sale, and it was a while ago. And while his articulation isn't the best, he is a solid standout figure. I mean, he is a very solid figure, and I've had nothing but good things to say about it. I mean, like I said, his articulation isn't the best, but man, I mean, his design, his sculpt, it goes so well. I've actually had him in a picture when I did who did the best Superman. I had him going up against my Mezco Superman figure, which also, was $100, I think. Mezco Superman. No, not that one. Not this guy. This one. Yeah, I paid like $125 for that guy. Yes, man, he comes with a ton of stuff. So for anybody who's like, "Oh no, I would never buy that," I'll never pay $125 for that figure. Like, oh man, I can tell you, for me, man, it was an easy choice. Yeah, I save up for what I want, and I wish they would bring the Flash Mezco back out, because I would love to collect that too. And so all the stuff you see, man, like, he comes with this Superman. He comes with all of this. He comes with this stuff. So yeah, I think when you ask me, did you get your money's worth? I'm gonna tell you straightforward. Yeah, I believe I got my money's worth with this Mezco Superman, and it's an awesome figure. And like I said though, for the people, this is for the people who do things like, oh, I'll never pay $100 for a Mezco, but oh, I want this McFarlane the Question, and I'm gonna shell out import prices for a non-import figure. And you know what I mean by non-import figure. It's not a SH Figure Arts, it's not a Mezco, it's not a Mafex, it's not a Robotech. It is a straight up action figure you can easily find in Walmart or Target for $20 to $30. And you go, and the excuse that they make is, they love to make this excuse and say, well, it's no longer available in retail, so since I couldn't find it in retail, I just had to, swallow my pride and push the button and pay what the seller was asking for. No. But I didn't think you paid import prices. I thought you were above paying import prices. And a matter of fact, you paying import prices for a non-import figure is crazy work. There's just some figures that I just wouldn't have in my collection. Matter of fact, when I was collecting McFarlane figures, here's a figure that I didn't have, that I missed out on. The Who is Wonder Woman. And matter of fact, I contacted McFarlane. I contacted the McFarlane team or whatever, and I asked them directly. I said, because matter of fact, they messed up and sent me the wrong order. Like, I ordered Icon when it was available from the McFarlane toy store. When he came available, because I couldn't find him in Target, I ordered him from McFarlane toy store. They sent me some other patina action figure, some other figure they sent me. It was the wrong figure what it was, and I was about to blaze them. I had a short ready to go. And matter of fact, I think that short's still in my draft. And if you really want to see it, just tell me in the comments, yo, we want to see that short that you had made, that you was about to like jump on McFarlane about sending you the wrong figure. Because I was like, y'all gotta fix this. Because when I went back to looking for Icon, they said, the site was like, he's no longer in stock. And I was like, nah, I don't just want my money back. I want Icon. I want what I paid for. You guys sent me the wrong stuff. I want what I paid for. But I asked them, I said, hey man, is there any chance that you guys are gonna have another round of Who is Wonder Woman? Are you guys gonna have that for resale? You're gonna bring that back out again? I said, because you still got this Wonder Woman, I think it was, I can't remember, it's the one with the mohawk. They were still selling that one. And so I said, you still selling this one? I know this one is old, so I mean, are you selling it again? So, or are you just like not selling it again? And so the representative hit me back and said, no, look, we just have an overstock of this action figure. We don't have any more of the Who is Wonder Woman. It's sold out. I said, oh, that's crazy. And I sent him another email. I said, I think McFarlane is leaving money on the table because that figure is going well over $100 at this point. And I said, if you want some money, it would seem to me like you guys would bring this action figure back out and it would sell out again because people are looking for it. And I got no response on that. It's like basically they just like left me hanging. And I don't have no quarrels with them about that. That's their business. If Tide wants to leave money on the table, because remember, this is the same guy who said female action figures don't sell. And I had one ignorant person jump in the comment section and say, well, he's right, because look at all the female figures that you find at Ollie's on this. I'm like, what are you talking about? Are you talking about those frumpy Star Wars, the Black Series female figures? I'm like, bro, the ones with the single jointed elbows? Are you saying that because those female figures are in Ollie's, that McFarlane is right? Because, correct me if I'm wrong, when is the last time any of you have ever found a McFarlane figure in Ollie's? I mean, yeah, you find them in Ross, but it's usually the ones that don't sell at all at Walmart and Target. We know that pretty much Ross gets they get the work. They get their work from, they plug is Walmart, Target, and GameStop when they don't sell those action figures. We know that stuff comes there because, I mean, I've gone through Walmart, Target, and GameStop enough to know what their inventory is, and then when I start seeing that same inventory in Ross, I'm like, oh, that came from Target, that came from Walmart, and that came from GameStop. We know this because there are certain things that either store they're privy to, over time. But anyway, like I was saying, I'm like, dude, stay on topic. We're talking about McFarlane figures. McFarlane was wrong when he said that female action figures didn't sell. But here it is, let's get back to the roots of the conversation. People will sit here and buy this is import prices. Matter of fact, this is more than what a Mafex Wonder Woman would have cost you. A Rebel-Tech Wonder Woman would not have cost almost $200, and it's pre-owned, and you're paying almost $200 plus $11 for delivery. Are you out of your mind? There's no way that Wonder Woman is that good. Justin Credible even said it himself that this Wonder Woman was not that good. I wanted it because it looked good, because the next Wonder Woman we got was we got Diana serving, Diner Diana. That's what I call her, Diner Diana, because she looked like she's serving up coffee and sandwiches at Joe's Diner. That's the Wonder Woman we got. You know what I'm saying? That's the Wonder Woman we got next. The next Wonder Woman. Todd was like, all right, I'm gonna appease the masses, put out another Wonder Woman, but I'm not gonna do as good as I did with this one. Oh no, I'm not gonna do as good a job I did with the Who is Wonder Woman. No, because I believe that he just hates to admit when he's wrong. When he's wrong. Power Girl sold out. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's rumored that Zartana is coming out, but I think he don't want to be wrong on that. He doesn't want to see that comment that he's made over and over again about female figures selling less than male figures. And seeing that, like, oh, every female figure that he brings out, like Cheetah, sold out, nobody can find. So yeah, I think that's funny that he has to eat those words, because he doesn't like making female characters, well, figures. But back to reality is that we have a lot of people who will go right here and after they use their own mouth, them lying lips, and say they will never buy imports but pay import prices for non-import figures. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Now I'm not just gonna sit here and run off on at the mouth at McFarlane figure collectors. I mean, I don't collect them, but hey, not anymore. But we gonna get on down the road to Marvel Legends fans too, because we got people who collect Marvel Legends and there's a reason why we call them Hasbros, because whenever Hasbro put out something, they swear it's the best thing since sliced bread, that Marvel Legends can't do no wrong. And I've seen it over and over again in the live streams, in the chats. Hype, fire, hype. Like, come on, man, drop it. Not everything that Hasbro drops is straight up gold. Matter of fact, I mean, look, if you're willing to pay import prices for a Daredevil, why don't you just go ahead and just buy the CT Toys for $25? I feel for the person who paid $100 for a pre-owned Daredevil Marvel Legends figure that's dated from the 3-pack. You paying $65 and almost $250? Almost $250 for the 3-pack? When you know they gonna put this back out again, you know they gonna make another one. You know they gonna make another Bullseye. You know they gonna make another Daredevil, which they made the Netflix Daredevil. I think that action figure is pretty good. You know they're gonna make another one. Don't say they won't. Don't say, oh no, they'll never re-release these characters. No, I don't. Let's go to Walmart, because I could have sworn that this guy's already been out. Sandman has already been out. J. Jonah Jameson has already been out before. Oh, we got Prowler back at Walmart again. And yes, people have found him out in the aisles at Walmart in the toy store. Cyborg Superman has made another appearance. After I found him at a toy store, he was marked up to $41. Oh, and he was $27 in Walmart where I found him on the shelf. Oh, then again, we got the black suit, Ancient Venom, Flash Thompson, that nobody could find after he sold out at Target and GameStop. Oh, he's in Walmart now for $27.97. We have, I'm getting tongue twisted here, tongue tied, Quicksilver. Quicksilver's back at Walmart, available to buy online. Oh, Kraven Hunter is back. So, oh, and then they have this 2-pack. This Morbius and 6-armed Superman for $22. That's a 2-pack. For somebody to be like, oh no, and then look, Apocalypse $63. This must be like the third-party owned, but you can buy Apocalypse. But still, here we go. Here we go. For all these folks, it's like, oh no, if I don't get it now, we won't get it at all. No, Sandman and J. Jonah Jameson and Rhino, who were recently seen in the when they had the display, prove that they will bring these characters back out when they feel like being lazy and just want to do a re-release. They'll do it. They re-released Green Goblin. So yeah, don't say that. Oh, I will never get it again. Oh, when Hasbro wants money, they'll re-release some figures. Especially if all they gotta do is use the same old body book they've been using. They don't have to give you a brand new character. Just bring out what they already gave you once before. So yeah, if you can just wait and be patient, you'll get it again. You'll get it again. Matter of fact, you know what? Look, I have the Silk and Doc Octopus 2-pack, and I can tell you that Dr. Octopus is trash. I had the Dr. Octopus and Unmade 2-pack. That Dr. Octopus was trash. He didn't even have waist articulation. The best Dr. Octopus was made by Mezco. Yes. Yes. So if anybody that was like, well, I just don't have the Mezco price, you would if you would. I don't know, bruh. Maybe if you saved like $25 a paycheck, if you got that to say. I'm not trying to reach in your pocket, your wallet, and trying to tell you what to do with your money. I'm just saying, I'm just giving you a little bit of advice of something that I do myself. When I see something that I want that it costs a little more, and you know, it's a little expensive, I tend to save for it. I tend to save for it. But hey, I just need y'all to make it make sense to me. Like, why do people do stuff like that? Why do they go, oh well, I will never pay import prices for import figures, and then go, oh well, I can't get this in the store no more, but I'm gonna pay import prices for it. I'm like, bro, look, hey, if you got that kind of energy for import figures, I mean, have that same kind of energy for the non-import figures. It ain't that deep. Like I just said, there are figures that I just would not own. I just wouldn't own them. Lizardman, I don't own Lizardman because he's 78. He's pretty much going to be like $80, $90 to buy. I'm not paying that for a $24 figure. You crazy? You crazy? Man, nah. I'll wait for Mezco, Mafex, somebody else to do it, and then I'll pay $100. I'll pay the import price for that one because I know the quality is going to be a little bit better. He's going to come with material clothing that I don't have. It's hard plastic to deal with, you know. And this is crazy. Whoever paid almost $500, it's the Spectre. It's the Spectre, and he's a Green Lantern. Do you really need that character? Really? Is he really that necessary for your collection? Because I promise you, I ain't paying $330 for a pre-owned. You could almost buy a Sentinel, a HasLab Sentinel for that price, bro. You put a little more money with that, you can buy a HasLab Sentinel. That's crazy. Crazy work. And then $100 for Power Princess. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna put it to you. I got mine when she first came out, but if I had sat long enough and didn't buy her, she wouldn't be in my Squadron Supreme. I wouldn't have bought her. Not at $70 pre-owned. Crazy, crazy. Like I said, some figures just wouldn't be in my collection. Just wouldn't be in my collection until they brought them back out again. Wouldn't be me. I'm not doing that. I'm not paying these crazy secondary market prices. If these companies don't want money and can't see the money, then they got a problem. But this video is going on and on. It's going a little long, but hey, I just need somebody to like make it make sense to me. Why would people say crazy stuff like they wouldn't buy imports but then pay import prices for non-import figures? You know, that's a big hypocrisy. It's a contradiction. And it's like, I don't understand it. It's like, are you that pent up where you just like, man, forget it. I'm gonna go ahead and bite the bullet and buy it because I want it. Like, to each his own, but hey, look, if you like speaking in contradictions, okay, cool. Hey, this is Figures of Action Reviews, man. Y'all have a good one. Peace.